Well, another edition of Sporty Monday. It's a chilly morning in Nairobi. It's also chilly in Berlin, of course, where the Kenyan athletes ran the rule, doing well 1, 2, 3 in the Berlin half marathon. And of course, still staying in England. I don't know whether it's the Liverpools or the Devils that were lucky enough. We're gonna get to know that. And of course, in Berlin, closer by, miles away to the west of Germany, we'll be going to Bonn, Germany, where Josephat Charo will be giving us the Bundesliga analysis today. And of course, back home, lots of content from the features to Gor Mahia dropping points. We have a beautiful show lined up for you. Welcome to the program. My name is Isaac Swila, but first things first, I have panelists who are itching to go. One is a Devil, one is two are Blues, and one is a Ghana. Let me begin with you, Zita Jimoi. Hujambo.
You're beginning with people walikusaidia sana this weekend.
In which way?
In which way?
Yes.
By dropping, when Liverpool drops point, you know, you have a chance of staying on top of the table. So
but you're also helping your own cause. You are in number 6,
but you guys, everyone was expecting us to be beaten vibaya sana. So by that draw, again, of course, your penalty, equal penalty, but again, that is what happened even in the midweek. The first penalty Chelsea were given. So I'm good.
Hey.
I am doing great.
Talk to your defenders to be professional.
I just want to say something. Chelsea gives you joy with one hand and takes the joy with the other hand. So
that was
Chelsea
midweek, and Chiter actually warned you about that game, but you won't listen. She was as proud as a peacock.
Again, what happened?
She was catwalking all over.
What happened during the weekend?
No, Chelsea has not lost.
For me, as a Manchester United fan, I'm very happy.
You
very
see?
Happy.
Yes.
Okay. Dennis, welcome after a breather.
Yes, thank you very much. First of all, Zita nafai leo kwamba in EPL, Manchester, they prefer Arsenal winning the league, but not Liverpool. But in Kenya fans, they prefer the otherwise.
The other way around.
Yes, so for them, the hatred is between Manchester United and
City.
Liverpool is higher than Arsenal and Manchester United. So at the end of the day, I'm happy. Not that happy, but I'm happy Cabral won. I'm happy Liverpool did not lose the match. Anyway, it's a tight contest hapo juu.
Okay, yes. Tight contest is. Jacob Isia, hujambo?
Si jambo.
Hali gani?
Mambo ni halu. I want to really emphasize that nobody was helping nobody yesterday. Nobody was helping nobody yesterday.
Accept.
May change.
Okay, accept.
In the presence of Sir Jim Ratcliffe, Coach Eric Ten Hag had a business to do to save his career, his job. If not career, their job. The likes of Mainu, they want to impress Southgate. Euros are coming. They need to do what they need to do. Yeah, and like Saba rightly put it, the rivalry between Liverpool and Manchester is something else. And you see, from the FA Cup to yesterday's match, so everybody was doing their job. Let clubs do their job. Anyway, I'm happy.
Do their job.
I'm happy.
Sarah, how are you?
I'm good. I still hold that I'll be surprised if Arsenal will not win this league. Because by all standards, they are displaying the best football in the EPL. I had a chat with Zita and Amwai on Friday. Amwai insisting that Liverpool will win it. But the football they are displaying is shambolic. How do you win an EPL title with such a display on the pitch, struggling against Manchester United, for heaven's sake? So, in my view,
just on it there. You get into the analysis, guys.
The winning of a game, it's when you score, you get the 3 points.
Okay, Zita.
It doesn't matter you score with your nose or your eyes or your teeth.
We'll get into that. I know you guys can't really agree on that, but to the question of the day, we are asking you whether the Devils coach Eric Ten Hag should stay on as United coach. What do you think? Should he stay on? Should he be fired? Should he exit? 22422 is the SMS line. And of course, we're also big on social media where we are keeping the conversation going at Citizen TV Kenya at Isaac Swila. You can X us, hashtag Sporty Monday. Get that coming. Of course, we'll be sampling your feedback so you can get your phone and start texting us. Now, to the biggest story of the day, we begin in Berlin, Germany, where Simiu Ebenyo was in sparkling form as he led Kenya to a 1-2-3 sweep on the streets of Berlin in the Berlin Half Marathon. Let's take a look at how that went down.
Here he goes, Daniel Ebenyo from Kenya, starting on the free. Welcome to the finish line.
Probably we'll start with you there. Simiu Ebenyo leading Kenyan sweep 1-2-3.
That's Berlin Half Marathon. And one thing I've been saying about Simiu, you see the athletes that people can carry out a study of really the limits that have not been pushed in athletics. I've given examples of people like Sifan Hassan, a lady who runs like every other race. You know, you find them running this race, tomorrow another race. Now, I've talked about Kamoro before, but now Simiu is imagined to be that person, Daniel Simiu, because I don't know how many races he has done already this year and how many more he's going to do, because he runs almost every other race that is available. And as I congratulate him and also his management, and I think it's good to mention here that we may need to see concentration on one path for him to get the best out of him, because he does all the cross countries available, all the half marathons available, sometimes 10Ks, India, Kenya, you know, everywhere. So that's Simiu for you. A lot of energy. But again, yesterday, Kurgat following him and Lasoi. So it was a good show for Kenya, at least in a day that we didn't do so well at the Paris Marathon yesterday, where the Ethiopians won a double. Then at least Daniel Simiu did it for Kenya, the other side. Remember, there was some good news at the Paris Marathon, because Vivian Cheruiyot, after a long time without appearing in any international race or even locally, we saw yesterday even finishing that at the Paris Marathon. So it's congratulations to Simiu. The thing is that Berlin is a city that people like, you know, to go and do athletics exploits. Yeah, that's where many records are fallen. And actually, you look at him, by the time he was passing 10K, he was deep within the world record, you know, even the course record for the half marathon, sorry. So really it was a good one for him. Kenyans have done well so far, you know, the races that we have run this year heading to the Paris Olympics, because everybody is looking at how athletes are performing, you know, asking the question, who makes Team Kenya at the end of the day when it comes to the Olympics? So congratulations to Simiu and his colleagues. And
absolutely, Shitera, real quick, what is he saying? Look at the timing. This was half marathon, and he's clocking 59. That's just below the 1 hour mark. Now, assuming it was to be a full marathon. I'm seeing these 2 hours being threatened. I don't know if it can actually fall in Paris Olympics, or it may be, we're aiming too high probably.
No, it would have fallen with the late Kelvin Kiptum. But again, he set a mark at the Chicago Marathon, where now everyone is believing that it's doable. Simiu doing that, if you double that, it will be under 2. So that shows you that the mark is already up there, and everyone is really working to see to it that it is done. The team that will be representing Kenya at the Olympics, I don't know if age will allow Kipchoge, but again, going by the experience and the youngsters behind him, I have that belief that we will do it.
Aswila, please, just a moment, because we are discussing Berlin Marathon here, and Aswila, I mean, Shitera has mentioned about the team mentioned last week for the Olympics, the marathon team. You see, I've always said that proper communication removes speculation. And look at how people communicate when teams are being selected. Yeah, we will be glued on our TVs, God willing, come July during that Paris Olympics, watching our stars. And some person will ask, why has an athlete who is in top form been dropped and there's no explanation? I question AK for that, because first, we do not question the team that has been selected.
Yeah.
They are top athletes. But we also need to admit that there are other good athletes who have been omitted. Let me give a good example, and with all due respect to Kipchoge. The last 2 races he has done in Boston Marathon last year.
And in Tokyo.
In Boston, he came number 6. There were 2 Kenyans in that race who won 1-2. Evans Chebet and Kipruto. Now, in Tokyo, he came number 10. Now, it tells you one thing, that and Kenyans won 1, 2, 3. It means that if we were to do like the trials we normally do for the other races from 10 to going down, it will be out. So the question is this, Swila, why don't we get information from AK telling us we have selected these athletes? And by the way, for example, Evans Chebet, who won the Boston, is not selected because of ABCD. Just explaining.
Absolutely.
Instead of leaving Kenyans asking.
And there we have the names on the screen. Eliud Kipchoge. Basically, there's a five-man squad, so to speak. And the communication I got from AK is that this list will not change. Basically, they're going with the first 3, and the first 3, for one reason or the other, don't make it, then Kipruto and Alexander Mutiso would come in as replacement. Basically, they have decided on this. The 5 men, of course, 3 of them in that order, having that call. And as Chitera says...
Swila, just a moment. I think that's a major thing that you are saying here, which is unfair to the athletes who are going there. If AK say that maybe not publicly or maybe privately in any way, because when you call people to camp and they're preparing, these athletes have been added to knock Kenya now by the AK. You see, anybody who is there between now and that time, depending on how they manage themselves during the races here, they have a potential of making it. And I really think, did you hear what Helen Obiri was saying soon after the naming of the team? She said that I am going to prove that I'm supposed to be in this team during the Boston Marathon, which is coming up.
Absolutely.
Meaning that even Mutiso, even the rest, everybody has an equal chance, depending on how they behave between now and that time in the camp.
Zita, real quick on the women's team selection. You can see there, Perez Jepchirchir given the top slot.
Yeah, Perez, Kipchirchir, Bridget Kosgei has been doing very well. Helen Obiri, he's been doing very well. So for me, I think the women team has been doing very well actually in the beginning of the week, even last year, comparing to the men team. So for me, for them, I know they're going to do a good job, and congratulations to those people who have been selected. As Isia has put it, I wish we should have explanation on why other top athletes are not in the team.
Dennis?
Yes, just to add on what Isi is saying, my question is now what happens if we have another major marathon before Olympics and someone breaks the 2-hour record and is not on the list for Olympic? So we will be leaving out good athletes just because to select a team very long time ago to go for in Paris Olympic.
Maybe, Swila, I don't think it's too early to name the team. It's okay to name the team now because, like, you see, all other races, we are going to have trials, national trials. And because marathon is quite a big business, nobody will be running maybe past April, and they expect to run again at the Paris Games. So the issue is here about the timings. Because for heaven's sake, if you have... the national rule, the cardinal rule, Huani, if you are running 5,000 meters, 1, 2, 3 in the trials, for example, are supposed to be given priority. But when you come to select a team, like the marathon team, you are very sure that if those guys were to run, like 10 of them in Kenya, maybe we'll be having some guys top 5 and somebody is not there. It's not fair, I think so. But if there are other reasons behind it, because again there could be justifiable reasons, just come out and tell people, like the coach did the other day, Abu Domar and Eric Johanna had initially
not traveled because of ABC.
And ABC were told, now you know what, when you behave that way in camp, you can't travel.
Absolutely, absolutely. Still staying with athletics rather.